Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer. I just so happen to be in a graveyard. This is one of the videos I'm making up in Cumbria with Robert Croser. Hello, Robert.
Hello, good morning. Hello, viewers.
You may have seen in the previous video we went to Lowther Castle, which is this wonderful ruin. Well, a stone's throw from that is this very interesting looking church. Where are we, Robert?
This is St Michael's on the Lowther estate. It's dedicated to St Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the actual church of the Lowther family. A lot of the Lowthers are buried here. There's a very nice tomb over my right shoulder where the famous Sir Hugh was buried.
Is that the eccentric one
The
with the yellow?
The yellow Earl, yes.
The yellow Earl with the fleet of yellow Rolls Royces.
That's him.
Gosh. And if you want to know more about him and his eccentricity, do watch the one about the castle. However, we're in the church, and behind us there's a very Gothic styled mausoleum, and then the church itself. Shall we go and have a wander over?
Let's just.
So we're walking down this gravel driveway, and everything is done in style. This all looks like it's from the Georgian period, I'm imagining. I don't know. Do you know?
Probably Georgian, yes. There's things in and around the church that indicate that church's probably been rebuilt at some point, or
Yes.
added to, perhaps.
Yes, the tower does look older. But let's have a quick look at this as we're passing this mausoleum. Do you know who's in here?
I would assume probably it says AD 1957 on above the door when it was built, so I don't think it was Hugh Lowther, the eccentric one. I think it was probably his father. You can see a statue just behind the glass there, and I think it says William, so it would be his father who was.
It's a very dominating structure, isn't it?
Yes, it's.
You've got this staircase which goes down. I presume this is where the coffins would have been kept. You're going to go down. There is a door, and I'm sure it's locked.
I hope it is.
Yes, otherwise who knows. Oh. And I'm on the floor, having slipped on the very slimy steps. But don't panic. I think we're still recording.
This is for
Yes.
the outtakes.
I don't know.
You all right?
Yes, I'll keep it now. I wonder if you just help me up a little bit.
Yep, I'll sweat.
This is very slippery. My nurse head back on. Ooh, there we go. Whew. That was fun. So, would you try the door?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, it is actually open. Well, the first door is. Let's have a look in there. I may need to lie down. I need a slab to lie on after slipping down these steps.
Yes, I felt that myself.
Let's just have a look inside.
Absolutely.
There's a second door. I don't think that one's likely to be open, but
That is very locked, and
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that, viewers.
you know that I would have made you go in.
Yes.
Look at this. The door here is really beginning to rot a little bit on the edge, but you've got these great big iron bolt heads going through it. It's very impressive. Now I've got to climb back up this staircase. I'm going to do that very gingerly. And here's the church anyway in front of us. And yeah, you definitely get the impression that the tower is the older bit, but that may not be true, of course.
Yeah, it does look older because it's in a different kind of style to the rest of the church. Maybe
Yeah.
they pulled the original church down, kept the tower.
Yes, yes. It's such a lovely tower.
In keeping with the house, I think.
Well, yeah, and also I was going to say, they're around this neck of the woods, certainly from where you've shown me, peel towers
Yes.
are abundant, and it's very reminiscent of that, this square sort of tower.
Square, solid,
looking out.
functional, defensive.
So here we got the entrance. Now let's try this door.
Again, big heavy door.
Big heavy door, like so many churches.
Rivets. And we're in. You notice here, either side, that is a Saxon hog-back grave.
Oh,
You
is
can
it?
just make out some carvings.
Yeah.
Can you just see?
Yeah, just see that.
So this gives me an impression that this has been a place of worship for a very, very long time.
Oh,
Similar
that's
to
big
this,
up, yeah.
this one here. I think this has been a place of worship for 1,000+ years. It's good, isn't it? And here we are inside.
Oh, this looks very interesting.
It is.
And there we are. Very light and echoey
Yes.
inside here, but very spacious. And here we're coming under the tower. Presumably, bells are above us, and the bell ringing room, whatever that's called, is above us too, with all the sally ropes running down. I don't know how many bells they have, but probably 2, 3, 4, something like that.
Probably, yes, probably.
Of which, if they were peeled, you would hear them for miles from this high vantage point.
Yes, yes, I could imagine.
And then here you've got this rather lovely organ. It's beautifully looked after, isn't it?
Yes, yes. It's
The whole church.
still a working church. There's some very interesting tombs the other side of the organ.
Should we
Either
go
side of
around
the
and have a
vestry.
quick look?
Yes, let's do that.
Yes, they look like they're in marble, as a lot of them, the dignitaries, were remembered. And then, of course, you've got the plaques on the wall to all the different members of the family, presumably,
Yes.
and relations and what have you. There's a little bit of red tape here to stop you going past to see the effigy of whoever that is. He looks very happy there, doesn't he? Residing in all his
Yeah,
finery.
He's got a wry smile on his face, hasn't he? This chap here.
Yes, this is more your traditional, and he looks very Tudor, from the Tudor period.
Yes.
He's dressed up with, he's got his ruff, and he's lying there with his hands clasped like they do.
Yeah, he's in armour and he's got his sword out of the scabbard, which means he saw a bit of action.
Well, I guess you're in a dangerous profession, aren't you?
Yes.
Let's have a wander around here. Mind your step here. And is that a gallery that you can get up onto there? A minstrel's gallery at the top there. Let's go and have a look at that, because you'll get a great view
Yes.
of the church. Nice little staircase to go up, carpeted. I'll nip up here, round this corner, through a well-used doorway, which has no handle. That's all right, we can push it. And here, now with pews, but as you say, originally, the minstrels, and then we get that view looking down, which is just superb. Then up above here, we've got this prayer,
Proverb or
presumably.
something, thou shalt not take thyself into graven image. It's the 10 Commandments.
There you go.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
All up there so that you,
Yeah.
everybody can read it, assuming you can read.
Yes. This must be a very ancient church, because if you look at some of the carvings,
Yes. Yes.
they're very, very
The
old.
fabric, the fabric here, this stone looks the oldest bit,
Yes.
doesn't it? And the capitals at the top of those pillars or columns look like that goes back to possibly Norman or Saxon times. And then you've got that very, well, it's Norman-esque arch there.
Gothic arch, is it?
Yeah, and you've got more carvings over there. I think that side just goes to show. And so that gives you an indication of the age, although we don't have the chapter and verse. Let's
No.
go back down again. It's fascinating to see those columns a little bit closer up.
Yeah.
With their strange carvings here. And green man, I think, here, or some sort of creature with a green man effect.
It looks like a lion to me, with leaves, almost like a green man coming out of his mouth.
Just whiz over quickly to have a look at the grave here. This is
I think this could be either old Hugh or perhaps Hugh's father. No, not Hugh's father. He's buried in the one outside, in the mausoleum. This could be a brother. I'm not sure whether it's Hughes or not. It says William Lowther.
Lowther, Earl of Lonsdale. That's what it says. And then there's brass rubbings.
Yes.
Here. Brass rubbings. There's brasses here on the wall, sensible placed. Probably was on the floor at one time, but to preserve them, they've been placed on the wall, and they're now on a slab of marble.
Yeah, they're very well.
Beautiful.
That's probably how he looked with his huge
yeah.
whiskers.
So these are more recent than a lot of your ancient ones, of course. Fantastic. Well, listen, we've run out of time, really.
We have.
It's a fascinating church. Like so many churches, you've got to come here and have a look at it. It's got the original silk flag with presumably his emblem, which looks a bit like the Olympics with all the
coat of arms. It looks like he's here with his wife. Oh, Hugh. There we are.
Oh, right.
Hugh Lowther.
There we are. They're all in the box.
Yeah.
Marvellous. Well, Robert, thank you so much for taking me around. Well worth exploring, but from us here, that's all time we've got. Do follow, like, subscribe, become a patron, and we're going to have a look at the little village that's round the corner. What's it called?
Askham.
We're going to have a look at that. So that will be my last of this little mini-series. But for now, from the penultimate one, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.